The good news for puzzle fans on the Switch is that there's a ton of variety and a plenitude of titles to choose from. The bad news is that wading through it all to find what you like, or what's worthwhile, can be a challenge. There's no doubt that much of what is in the eShop is roughly more of the same, variations on things you've already played and possibly not even as good. That's where sometimes games that take a slightly different approach can be nice, which for the most part is the case with Magic Cat's Pots. Working a bit like a jigsaw puzzle, except you're trying to reassemble the pieces of shattered pots, mugs, and other types of fragile accessories, it at least isn't terribly familiar among the games I've played. It does feel like this was pulled out of the recent Amelia's Garden and expanded upon, but since I considered this the most engaging element in that title anyway, that's a good thing. Regardless of what you believe your skill level is, you'll always need to start out on the easy setting for each puzzle, though once you've got the hang of things, these can be a bit dull. As you complete more puzzles and groups of puzzles, tougher variations on the same pieces will become available. For the most part, the challenge is usually in figuring out how pieces that aren't on an edge fit in, though since many items have patterns on them, this can be worked out. In particular, working out the rotation you'll need is usually a big step in figuring the rest out, but with some items, or even classes of items, there can be a lack of detail, so it can require a bit of trial and error. While it's a reasonable price, and you can spend a few hours with some mild to moderate challenges, it's also a bit on the basic side. In particular, if you enjoy this type of puzzles, I prefer the stained glass-based Glass Masquerade titles better since their level of beauty and intricacy is a bit more interesting. Overall, my final score for the game ended up being a 7.1. And if you're interested in picking it up, it's currently available on the Switch eShop for $9.99. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this review. And if you'd like more information or ideas of indie games worth checking out on Switch, be sure to click on the link provided in the description. Until next time.